2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Rockets in Houston. Looking at the Rockets, they want to turn it around after the loss to Portland. They got caught flat-footed. Lost a game they felt should have been theirs. Looking to turn the page here. We all know just how incredible Chris Paul is. Guy gives you everything you want from a floor general. Even at his age, guys, is there any team in the NBA that wouldn't be better if you swapped him into the point guard spot?
Well,
does he make every team better?
He makes almost every team better. Almost every team. I couldn't say every team, but I would say Golden State. I mean, they're not going to be better. And maybe even Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd be better, but he makes most teams better.
Yeah, and, he just does so much that it's kind of hard to see a team getting worse with him as their point guard. He's a great player. Wish him well.
That does it for us for now. We'll see you later.
What up, Sam?
There he is. DJ Buckets. Boy, you been eating that quinoa I told you about, huh?
Yeah, I tried it.
Uh-huh. God, what I wouldn't do for
Tickets are still available for the next game. Purchase your tickets today. Visit the ticket counter for available game or sign up to see our tickets today. Rocky Basketball, this is H-Town.
This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from Houston, Texas, as the Rockets take it to the hardwood. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. The Pelicans coming to town, hoping to notch one here in this one-game road trip. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
And to say these guys are hot right now would be putting it mildly. They've come into this game playing arguably the best basketball of anybody in the league.
Yeah, the system and their execution, everything for them has been in sync.
Let's quickly get a pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. Pretty tall order. Guys?
Thank you, David. Tonight, a matchup between two great teams. Certainly potential playoff ramifications down the road. Brent, what extra importance does this game have, do you think, if any?
Well, sometimes, Kevin, in matchups like this, coaches aren't concerned with what it is that they know. They'd like to get to the unknown. So there may be some rotations that we'll see tonight that are a bit different than what we saw in matchups in the past, for coaches to expose their players to that opponent and their style of play. That could pay dividends if they do match up come playoff time.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Pelican 5 right now. The bigs inside, Davis and Cousins. Ian Clark out there with Holiday. And it's Hill, and at the 3, the small forward. And so it's New Orleans with it. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
What I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Now here's Harden. Rebound by Drew Holiday. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Cousins with the ball, and that one's good by Clark.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Here is Harden. 29 points for him last game against Portland.
Well, what helps that out a lot is he got to the free throw line, which was a real game changer. It slowed down the opposition's momentum and made them play to his team style.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Great work by the team there to find AD. They make eye contact, and the rest of that is history.
Paul kicks to Harden. Anderson the screen. Paul outside. Shot clock at 6. And the wing jumper offline.
You got to be a little bit questioning of the defense, because I'm sure they feel foolish for giving that guy that look. They survived it.
Cousins goes back up, and he sinks the layup. Cousins has got his first bucket in this one.
A good activity as Cousins shuffled around, got himself into great position, and gobbled up that board.
Ariza has the open look. Offensive rebound. Here's Capella, and the layup's good off the glass.
Tremendous effort. He will not be denied on the offensive glass.
Holiday against Paul. Kicks to Hill. Cousins with a screen on Ariza. And Hill, the bucket on the assist by Holiday.
That shot was all about Holiday and his ability to see the floor and the open man.
Out to the right wing. Paul gets to Ariza. Capella sets a screen for Ariza. Second chance effort, and Capella with the layup. Capella's got his second basket of the night.
And right in the teeth of the defense, making a statement early in this one.
Yeah, pinpointing the rim protection with that attack, and no one makes enough of an effort there to stop him.
Now here is Holiday. 8 points his last outing. And with Drew Holiday's size, Brent, are you surprised he's not more of a slashing point guard?
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, because the percentage of field goal attempts for Drew Holiday last year from 0 to 3 feet was around 30%. So he actually had the most field goals around the rim that he's ever had in any season.
He's off on the first.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
And the second free throw, good. And Drew Holiday is 6'4", maybe Brent closer to 6'5" in shoes. Huge for the point guard position.
That size helps him out a lot defensively, especially when he uses his hands as well as he does. You know, most of the point guards in the league, Kevin, are good defensively at tipping passes and predicting plays. Drew Holiday has all of the physical sets to be a more dominant defender at that position.
And here's Holiday. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Here's Clark, guarded by Harden. Off the pick. And the shot is long. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Ariza outside. Back to Harden. Dishes it to Ariza. That doesn't go either for Ariza. For New Orleans, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And the basket by Hill.
Well, got to admire the stroke that time from Hill, able to knock down the 3-ball.
Harden outside. Pelicans pull it in. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
2 division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season. They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Paul with the 3. That shot off. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Clark kicks to Davis. Ariza against Hill. Good work defensively by Capella.
It looked like he wanted no part of that. Superb defense there, really making it tough on him.
Ariza, quick shot there, and it's off target.
Yeah, this is where you might elect to pass out of the slump rather than shoot out of it.
Clark, the pass to Holiday. Kept alive. Here's Cousins. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Cousins has got his second bucket of the night.
Man, when he goes to work inside, Kevin, it's just unstoppable. What a force.
Paul kicks to Capella. A shot by Harden, wide open. They can't stop the run with that one. Here's Hill. He has 5. Cousins with a screen on Anderson. Again, missing Hill.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. You need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Stolen by Anderson. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Harden sets the pick for Paul. And shot on the way. He was all alone on that one.
When your point guard has those kind of excellent instincts, ripping the D to pieces comes along with it.
Davis kicks to Clark. Davis sets a screen. Out left to the wing. Outside Holiday. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Picked his pocket. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Clint Capella. Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And Bahamute comes in for Anderson. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Gordon in for James Harden. Tony Allen's checked in for the Pelicans. The doctor comes in for Drew Holiday. And so Clark nails both of them.
Alvin Gentry has to be proud that the responsibilities of playing defense for their squad last year was something that they accepted. They went from a bottom 3 team to a top 10 team defensively just last season.
Tucker with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. Nene. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
It's a phenomenal crash from Anthony Davis on the boards there. He comes up with the rebound and gets an easy putback.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And with more talent, you think the Pelicans have a chance, Brent, to step their offense up this season?
Oh, I absolutely do. I think the amazing part about last year is that the Pelicans ended up sliding their way up into the top 10 defensively. That's an area where the likes of a team like the Denver Nuggets needs to make their improvement. Maybe between those two teams, they're battling to find their way into the postseason.
Checked in for New Orleans. And a look now at the four areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Pelicans.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
Rockets trailed by 11. There's the pass to Gordon. Back to Paul. Stolen away. Allen in the post. Guarded by Tucker. Here's Wells. Off target from outside.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Kicks it out to Paul. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, Chris Paul signing the big contract this past offseason, and, you knew he'd end up with one of the biggest deals out there, and his impact on a team goes far beyond just stats.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Paul. Well, Greg, Houston wanted Chris Paul, and they got their man. One of the bigger surprises, certainly, of the offseason.
Yeah, and without Paul on this roster, this team isn't in the conversation for winning. You need him to keep your window of winning open, and he is just that impactful and makes everyone on the floor better.
And so he hits both.
And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
Now here's Cousins. He had 25 points in the win against Philadelphia.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, as a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
Here's the doctor following the basket by Nene. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Houston gets called for the foul. Pelicans shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
And he makes the first. Well, we don't have a chalkboard here to draw it up, but if you could explain it, what's your favorite inbounds play when you really need a bucket.
All right, Kevin, so the guy goes to the right. He comes off the down pick, and then on the backside, you run the hammer, and you dribble to the right side. You throw along the baseline, but you're looking for the 4-man on the slip, and also the 5-man's popping back for the jump shot. Got it?
I got it. I like the run the hammer. Run the hammer. Both free throws good from the doctor.
And the Pelicans might have the most formidable front court tandem in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis. Some calling them fire and ice. Gee, I wonder who fire is.
And they pick up 2.
Even though Eric Gordon went in amongst the bigger guys on the floor, he's able to remain calm and get 2.
Here's the doctor. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia. Paul with the defensive effort.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
And that's all you can do. Just chisel away at the lead. Keep believing in what you're doing.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Here's the doctor following the basket by Chris Paul. There's 1:54 left here in the opening quarter. Screen by Cousins. 5 to shoot. Allen, that's good. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Gordon kicks to Nene. Over in the corner, Mbamute. A putback. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Allen outside to the wing on the left. Shot from 16, and he can't bank that one in. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. Rockets trail by 5. Now Paul. 23 points for him the last game against Portland.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Mbamute with the steal. Right side, Gordon. The dish to Paul. Nene, the screen. Paul left side, and he hits it to tie the game up. Paul's got 8 points.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. The doctor, that shot off the mark. Rocket shooting at around 42% since the opening tip. Over in the corner, Mbamute. And that misses. That would have put him up. Goes up to the stripe. Here's Wells, and he uses the glass on the layup. Wells has got his first points in this one.
Yeah, like the edge Wells brings to the boards. Terrific at judging misses and then just pouncing on the boards.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Back right after this. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. The star big men pair of Davis and Cousins are up front. Doctor out there with Wells, and it's Miller in at the 3. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, the doctor in the last game against the 76ers did some solid work. He ended with 13 points and also grabbed 4 rebounds in addition to his scoring. A surprise attack from a guy who's typically viewed as a role player. We'll see if he can continue to play a larger role in tonight's game.
Hey, David, thank you very much. What kind of carryover guys you think we'll see for him tonight?
Well, we know his confidence level has to be high coming into this game. Physically, he might be a little worn down, but mentally, he's got to be feeling very good.
That's an important part, GA. All players get run down physically, but such a great feeling when you're riding one of those emotional highs and a hot streak, which he is doing right now. Alvin Gentry plucked away from the Warriors staff that won a title in 2015, and he was an assistant coach there. He sees the opportunity to take over his own team once again after having coached in Phoenix and headed to New Orleans. Now has a ton of talent on the inside. Can he get some guard help this year to make a push to the playoffs?
Here's the doctor following the basket by Chris Paul. Gordon with it. 14 points from him the last game against Portland. Misses from short range. And Gentry has some great talent certainly to work with up front for the Pelicans. But Brent, they haven't made the playoffs. How much patience will this franchise have?
Well, the first couple years, Kevin, you really have to look at the injuries that absolutely devastated this roster. So how do you look at Alvin Gentry and blame him for not having all the parts working because they simply didn't work? So the rumors around the front office and about second guessing. Let's give Alvin Gentry, especially after this massive trade, to bring in these two centers some time to put this thing together.
And so here is New Orleans after the Rockets pick up 3. Miller kicks to Wells. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. Wells has got 5 points so far.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3 ball here in the second quarter.
Nobody near Williams. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Here's the doctor. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation.
And Eric Gordon has long been noted as a terrific shooter, but I felt like he was able to display just how great he can be last season. Had that green light whenever he was on the floor and really near the top of the league in terms of threes attempted and made.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And for Gordon, he's been a great catch-and-shoot player in the past, Greg. The difference last season was the improvement in his pull-up threes.
And there is a world of difference between shooting a 3 off the pass as opposed to off the dribble. The pull-up threes are what make players like Steph Curry so hard to guard. And when Gordon added that to his game, I think it helped his overall ability to score the basketball.
And another shot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
Cousins is just simply not an easy cover for anybody, especially when he uses that shot fake. Highly effective there.
And he knocks down the first one. Greg, when you watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you can see the beating he takes in the post, can't you?
Yeah, and that's just how it goes with star centers, with the size and activity of Cousins. Just like Shaq in the sense, big bruising centers are hard to officiate. Other players can lay into them and not even make a dent, but anyone else, it would be a foul. And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
Now here's Gordon. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Cousins dishes to Miller. Moore outside. Screen by Cousins. Shot off the screen. No good from Moore. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. Two great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding.
2 shots.
Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
So, Brent, certain players are known for getting into people's heads. Who is a guy you played against that really challenged your mental toughness?
I'll give you 2 examples, Kevin. As an opponent, I would tell you that Vernon Maxwell was one of the less cerebral and more in-your-face aggressive players that I ever faced as an opponent. But on the flip side of that, Kevin, there were guys I played with that sometimes would challenge you mentally. In particular, one Gary Payton in Seattle. Always interesting to see how he approached the game, and sometimes even his own teammates.
But you always welcome the challenge, I'm sure.
Well, I take it head on. I mean, that's what guys do. They're paid to compete.
Now, here is Harden. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. And here's Anderson from the arc. Connects from three-point range. Anderson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Miller outside. Moore in the corner. They set the pick. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Ejuan Moore out of Purdue, the 45th pick in the 2011 draft. Really pretty much a 3-and-D combo guy and has some versatility even to guard the point guards.
That's good from Moore. And Moore is certainly a self-made player. He prides himself, in fact, on his work ethic.
You think about in 2017, Moore coming around, drilling 77 three-pointers and shooting 37% last year. So becoming a bit more effective as a two-way player with those kind of numbers.
And the Rockets making a change here. And Baamute's checked in.
Moore, as an efficient scorer out here, plays well within himself on the offensive end.
Anderson the screen. Harden against Rondo. Back to Gordon. Launches a 3. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Moore against Gordon. Ariza outside. Houston moving the ball around. And it's Gordon missing.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Rondo kicks to Moore. Screen by Cousins. Lets it go from 14. Basket counts. Cousins has got 11 points.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Gordon, the pass to Harden. He feeds it to Ariza. He kicks it to Anderson. Shoots over Cousins. Buried from 15 feet out. Anderson's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Well, you could see Anderson preparing the shot as the ball made its way to him. His ability to read the defense and create that good shot is remarkable.
Hill kicks to Rondo. Cousins with a screen on Harden. Rondo dishes to Cousins. And stolen by Gordon. Down low, here is Mbamute. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And Mbaamute's got the lead up to 2 now for the Rockets. New Orleans has gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Rondo on top, guarded by Harden. Rondo can't get it to go. Houston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Ariza kicks to Gordon. It's Ariza on the wing, covered by Miller. Ariza passes to Gordon. Back to Ariza. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Rondo kicks to Moore. Back to Rondo. Pass to Cousins. And here's Hill for 3. And the 3 ball is good. He's got 8.
Hill taking no time to get that shot off. Once it hit his hands, it was off.
And here's Gordon. Harden outside. And it's Houston with another.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. Yes, I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win. Here's Rondo after the Rockets pick up 3. Now here is Holiday. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Now, Holiday looking comfortable there when he gets in close.
Here is Harden after Drew Holiday's score. Screened by Mbamute. Pass to Harden from outside the arc. Hill pulls it in.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
And another 3 for New Orleans.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Here's Gordon. There's the pick. Anderson the screen. Harden against Allen. Harden outside. Fires for 3. Again, the miss by Harden.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Harden against Rondo. Moves back up. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Allen outside. There's the pick, and Holiday has it in the corner. Back to Allen. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
The 3 from Harden makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Now here's Cousins. He's got 11.
Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with a team who's committed to him.
And Brent, some pressure on the Pelicans front office and coaching staff to win now.
Well, Alvin Gentry has dealt with a lot of injuries surrounding Anthony Davis in his short tenure with the Pelicans, and it took a little while for the organization to confirm that the upper management and coaching staff would be back for this season, so it feels a bit tenuous. Hopefully they can get themselves together and be one of the teams with that kind of talent that finds their way into the postseason this year.
And so it's New Orleans with it. The Rockets making the shot. Right side Holiday. Feeds to Cousins from 17 feet out. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Nene, the screen. Harden outside. That will count, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Rockets lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change, he's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability right now. He's just simply outworking the opponent.
Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Anderson is out there with Nene. And it's Paul in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Clark for 3. Pelicans keep it alive.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Hill against Ariza. Right side Holiday. It's back to Hill. Davis setting the pick for Hill. Clock at 6. Another shot, and Capella sends it back.
They got to be more active on offense and maybe a little bit more aggressive going to the rim. 0 of 4, not impressive thus far.
By Paul, nobody around. And it's off from 3-point range. And Cousins kicks to Holiday. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime. They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
The score now all even. Hill's got the first points to start out the third quarter for New Orleans.
There are games like this where Solomon Hill starts to get into the flow of the offense, so get out of his way.
Paul dishes to Capella. The feed to Harden. Three-pointer, drills it from outside. Harden's got 15.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that make, maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
Holiday with the 3. That's in there. Davis with the assist. 6 points for Drew Holiday.
Well, gorgeous outside jumper from the former UCLA Bruin. He can get hot from the 3-point line if you give him room like that.
And the rejection by Cousins. And he recovers it. kept alive. Here's Capella, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Rockets have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts. No good on the free throw. Hey, Brent, as we move toward a more positionless league, versatility obviously is such a key. Who do you think are some of the more versatile centers in the game right now?
Well, I'm not going to put them in any particular order, but Anthony Davis playing a little bit more of the 5 is certainly a nightmare matchup. He's expanded his range to be able to shoot threes. Kristaps Porzingis represents basketball's version of a unicorn. Nobody knows what to make of that guy. DeMarcus Cousins, we see Karl Anthony Towns exploring his game in Minnesota and the versatility he has as a passing big that can shoot from range. And Joel Embiid in Philadelphia is raising all kinds of eyebrows, Kevin. I've just never seen somebody with that kind of size and that kind of mobility have such a soft touch from the three-point line. So the new evolutionized 5 position and revolutionized 5 position is in good shape.
That's a great list. Here's Capella, following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. And here's Harden for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got rebound number 15 here tonight. And it's Davis missing.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but, man, that's an easy shot.
To the middle, here's Anderson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, Ryan Anderson, a terrific deep threat in stretch 4.
And I remember last season when he told reporters that a heckler yelled out at him, "Hey, Ryan, you look like a math teacher." And you know, we've heard a lot of these off-the-wall heckles before, but the irony is it's oftentimes the strange ones that tend to stick with you more, and that's an example of it right there.
And the first one drops. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
Here's the doctor. Passes it to Davis, and it's Clark in the corner. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists in the game.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Now here's Paul. He's got 10. Ariza outside, trying his luck deep. The Rockets with another miss. New Orleans in the lead. The drive by Cousins. Second chance shot. He lays it in. Cousins has got 18 points.
And this is why he's one of the top scorers in the game. He could just get it rolling at the drop of a hat.
Good on the bucket.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
Here's the doctor. James Harden picking up that last basket. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's the doctor, and Capella sends it back. Paul outside. He dishes it to Capella. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. We have a month of NBA action in the books. Let's now take a moment to look at the Rookie of the Year. It's always exciting to see the new blood making their presence felt. You look at the doctor. He's a ways down the ladder if the award was given out today, but there's still time in this season for him.
And what an influx of young talent that it's come into the league this year. No question, this group is ready for life in the NBA. The competition for the Rookie of the Year award is going to be intense.
Outside, Davis. Out to the wing. Cousins, the pass to Hill. It's stolen by Ariza. And it's the Rockets on the break. Ariza's got the ball. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that's pretty much a shot Anderson's going to make all the time, which is why the defense is so aggressive with him there.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, minutes are given to Anderson because he's a deadly scorer with that shooting ability. He can light you up in a hurry.
New Orleans making a switch here. Wells is checked in. And both free throws good for Anderson.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Here's Davis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
First one falls for him. The Rockets making a switch here. And Mbaamute's checked in. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Moore's checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Sounds weird to say, but a guy 7 feet tall like Anthony Davis could be considered an out-of-nowhere superstar. In high school, he was a skinny kid on the bench, not like he's big now. But until an 8-inch growth spurt changed everything. That's why he's got those point guard skills.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 17. Fires the 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game. And Davis wasn't on the recruiting radar really until his senior year of high school.
I really cannot believe that, especially after watching the 1 year in Kentucky, winning a national championship, the most outstanding player of the tournament, the #1 pick, grabbing a gold medal. I mean, the scouts are out there, right?
Here's the doctor. The Rockets making the shot. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doctor's got his second basket of the night.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Count the basket. Anderson's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, Anderson does a good job of knowing he can get his shot off at any time. Even when they're up on him, he just has the wherewithal to bury jumpers.
No good from Moore. The Rockets trail. Ball outside. Here's Ariza. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now here's Harden. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
Now here's Wells. Harden missing his last shot. Good. The Doctor's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Rockets trailed by 4. Now Harden, 17 points in the game. Out to the wing. Ariza kicks to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 19 points.
And you got to enjoy watching Harden down low, doing whatever he wants in the paint.
Hill kicks to Moore. Davis sets a screen. With the floater. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Davis.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those two anchors on the front line.
Both shots good from the stripe. Rockets trail by 4. Williams with the ball. 8 points for him. Nene, the screen. Williams attacking. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Ariza.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
And that one falls for Williams. And both free throws good for Williams. New Orleans gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Here's the doctor, guarded by Harden. Stolen by Harden. For the lead. Good on the three-point shot. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half.
And with Harden, it's pick your poison. Not only a tenacious penetrator, but also a consistent threat from three-point.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. It's Allen on the wing. Kicks it to Davis. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Trains it from beyond the arc. 8 points for Shammy Wells.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trades.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
And here's Harden for 3, and another 3 for Houston.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range.
Here's the doctor. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And here is Williams. He's got 10. Nene with the screen on Allen. And Williams, here we go. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Williams has got 4 this quarter. The Pelicans trail. Dishes it to Davis. The pass to the doctor. That one, no good. Good D by Harden. The Rockets shooting down near the 40% mark since after. They've been slow getting going. Yep, it counts. Harden's got 27.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
It's Allen on the wing. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Some changes for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Wells. Rajon Rondo subbed in for the doctor. Rockets leading by 3. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Williams from outside. Hill pulls it in. And for the Pelicans, they're shooting in the second half so far about 45%. Outside Rondo. Davis sets a screen. Rondo dishes to Davis. Stolen by Nene. Williams for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists in the game. Rondo passes to Hill. Davis sets a screen. With some arc to end the run. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, Holiday focused there and a good job of scoring despite getting whacked.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
.127 left in the third quarter. Rondo against Harden. Nene with the screen on Rondo. Harden inside the three-point line. Here's Nene and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Nene's got his second bucket tonight.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Rondo kicks to Allen. Davis sets a screen. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Nene's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Nene, the screen. Harden kicks to Williams. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Holiday. Jan Holiday with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Holiday's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Harden for 3. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. Pelicans trail by 3. Outside Rondo. Davis with a screen on Harden. Rondo drives in. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Rondo's got his first basket of the night. James Harden getting it done for Houston. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
We got to be more solid, okay? We got to be more solid defensively. Now we got to dig in, we got to guard, okay? And then we got to execute our offense.
A lot of things on that list, trying to refocus his troops moments ago, Coach Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, the energy's all right, but the execution definitely could be better with and without the basketball.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. So the Pelican 5 right now. The bigs inside, Davis and Cousins. Holiday out there with Rajon Rondo. And it's Allen in at the small forward. Now here's Davis following the miss by Tony Allen. The shot comes out. Now here's Tucker, defended by Allen. Nene dishes to Harden. Harden draws the double. Nene right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the step.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Rondo passes to Cousins. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And that's now 20 points for DeMarcus Cousins. Harden kicks to Capella. Eric Gordon on the wing. Stolen by Holiday. They break it out 5-on-3 to take the lead. Davis on the follow. And the Pelicans lead by 1.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Gordon dishes to Capella. Back to Gordon. He feeds it to Tucker. Drops in the tray. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Now here is Holiday. Cousins with a screen for Holiday. Off the screen, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Harden the pass to Gordon. Nene with the screen on Holiday. Great D that time from Davis. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Screen by Cousins. Holiday against Gordon. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. 6 to shoot. Davis with a screen on Hart. Outside Holiday. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Now, here is Harden. Gordon with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Screen by Capella. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
You have to respect how good Eric Gordon is at getting the defense to bite on shots like that. He earns the trip to the free throw line.
That free throw, no good. Houston making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Nene. Reza comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Paul in for James Harden. The Pelicans also changing it up. Etuan Moore comes in for Tony Allen. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And he's good on the second.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Davis sets a screen. Moore dishes to Davis. And taken away by Paul. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Outside Gordon. Back to Paul. Anderson with the screen for Paul. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Paul's got it all tied up now for the Rockets. Holiday, the pass to Cousins. Over to the left wing. Clark for 3 with the putback. Davis on the follow. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. The dish to Paul. Screen by Capella. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's the floater. No good from Moore.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Capella with the bucket.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. The 11-footer. Davis dishes to Clark. Screen by Cousins. 6 to shoot. from outside the arc. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
Yeah, this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
The doctor's checked in for Drew Holiday. Here's the doctor. Inside. Here's Moore. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Good touch on the inside from E'Twaun Moore. Never bashful about taking it right to the defense.
Screen by Capella. Gordon kicks to Capella. Paul for 3. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Houston in the lead. Inside, trying to find Capella, gets it to him. Nice D from Cousins.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
He kicks it to Clark. Screen by Cousins. Clark, the pass to the doctor. That one a little long. Houston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. The drive by Paul. Here's the floater. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Clark, the pass to the doctor. New Orleans moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Here's Moore. It's good. Moore's got 4 this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Paul. Anderson outside. Back to Paul. Anderson with the screen for Paul. Gordon for 3. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Here's the doctor. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Paul with the ball. Now guarded by the doctor. Ariza kicks to Capella. Gordon a screen. The 19-foot shot. No good off the back of the rim. New Orleans leading by 3. To the left wing. Here's the doctor. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Capella, and so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. Nene, he's checked in for Houston. James Harden comes in for Eric Gordon.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from the doctor. And the Pelicans making a change here. Hill's checked in. He's off on the second.
Yeah, the main thing here, though, guys, is just to make sure you get a 2-possession game now.
And that one, good.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Cousins with a screen on Ariza. Hill, no good.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Pass to Paul. Nene, the screen. Back to Ariza. And stolen by Cousins. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Wide open. Bullseye. Cousins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and Cousins never shy when his team needs a game-changing basket.
Paul kicks to Harden. Here's Nene. The shot that time, not on target. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Here's Cousins. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's on Nene.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins.
You like the passion and energy that Cousins plays with. As long as it's in control, he goes hard at it every game.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Harden outside. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Paul. Fires from 14. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 5 assists tonight. Here's the doctor. It's Hill on the wing. Davis with a screen on Ariza. Hill hits the front of the rim and out. It's trailed by 3. A drive by Paul. Offensive rebound. Anderson dishes to Harden. Good on the 13-footer. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Here's the doctor, defended by Paul. Here's Cousins. And the Pelicans miss again. And they're in position to take the lead.
And how big would a bucket be at this stage of the game?
Nene, the screen, and that's a foul called in the doctor. That's his first foul. And the Rockets with possession here to take the lead. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And really, since moving over to the point guard spot, Harden has been unstoppable. Just a nightly triple-double threat.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
A good guy to have on the free throw line when the score is close, and he takes care of business as usual.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Anderson can't get it to go.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Now here is Hill. From 13, can't get it to go. Now 6 of 12 from the floor. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Harden. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. Clark, the pass to the dot. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Oh, shocking there. That one's amazing.
Well, you play your heart out all night long, and then just one or two shots at the end decide the outcome.
What's up?
Free throw good from the dock.
That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
Timeout called, the Rockets. They're trailing by 2. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
I really like when you run plays that have options, get to either one, and take the best shot available.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, DeMarcus Cousins.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just throwing them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
Harden. So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw. So it's a narrow victory for the Pelicans, pulling it out for the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have.
Thank you, Kevin. Another win for you guys. How have you guys been able to play at this level and put all these wins together at this point of the season?
Oh, DA, stay tuned, baby. This isn't even our final form. We're still in the cocoon, man. A winning streak like this is something that we can roll out of bed and accomplish. Because, you know, we're just that good. We are that good. And honestly, I'm really hoping that some teams will step it up and give us a challenge. Because right now, it feels like we're playing on rookie mode or something.
Well, he's thrown the challenge out there, guys.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Go, boo-boo. Go, boo-boo.
Get it. Go. Do it. Go. Go. Don't break your back now.
All right.
He really looked like he was one dance move away from throwing that hip.
I know, man.
I heard that.